Hey guys, it's Lee back for another hair and makeup look during quarantine. I am just applying a little bit of a primer here. Urban Decay is my favorite, so it is the one I typically use. Here I'm just showing you guys the palettes that I'm going to use. I am going to use a super light pink for the base. It is going to blend in with the overall look. Typically I would use more of a nude. However, this is definitely a better choice, and you can see that at the end. My mom did pick my makeup look. I've been wanting to get her more involved with my videos and stuff like that, so I thought this was a perfect opportunity. If you know my mom, you know that we talk like 4 times a day, and besides talking all day and texting all day, we do go ahead and just send each other stuff from Pinterest and TikTok. Her more than me, but I am guilty of it as well. Makeup looks, hair looks, nail looks, DIY stuff. So we do have a blast with that. Yeah, so this week we are going to take the time out to make a hair coloring video of what your color appointment is going to look like after quarantine in the spa. So I'm excited for that. Here you guys are going to see me go in with a darker, blushier, maroon kind of color, and I'm just going to head and apply that to where I would want to smoke everything out. I will say that the more that you pack on and the more that you blend, the better the pigment's going to show, so you will see me do that a few times during this video. I do just want to put out there too, I know you guys probably already know, but the spa will be reopening June 5th, so you can go ahead and book those online appointments now. When I originally recorded this video, I did decide to talk through it to explain to you guys exactly what I was doing, and I quickly learned and realized as I started editing that was a bad choice. So yeah, I'm just going ahead and adding multiple layers of shadow on just so I can get the best blend and the best pigment. Next, I am going to go in with a little bit of a soft black shadow just to really darken up the corners of my eyes. I'm not a very big fan of winged eyeliner, so this is just kind of how I make it more of a night look and smoke it out a bit. Here I'm just going to blend everything out, but I did want to let you guys know, don't worry if you can't get the best blend on your eyelid, because we are going to be using a little bit of a concealer to put the glitter on to make that super bright, and everything will end up blending together at the end. Here I'm going to go ahead and use that base color pink to blend any harsh lines that I'm feeling I don't like, so that's going to fix that. Here I'm just showing you guys that you can clean up your corner of your eyes or get that super straight line without tape, just using Neutrogena wipes. And then next I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use the Kylie concealer to conceal my lids. This is something that you kind of want to use a little bit more precision with. I have hooded eyelids, so sometimes this can end up messy and mess up my entire blend, so do take your time while applying. Here I'm just showing you guys how I use my finger to apply any glitter. I do feel like it comes out more pigmented that way, and also you can do a little bit of swipe motion so it will blend into the black, and you can lose all of those harsh lines that you were worried about before. As we get into liner here, I do want to tell you guys that 9 times out of 10 I will use eyeshadow for liner. My biggest tip is to work in small sections like I am, just so you get the pigment. I feel like it lasts longer, it's not as runny, and it's easier to remove. Using black eyeshadow as eyeliner, it is very forgiving, so if you do mess up, it is easy to blend out. So if you're a little bit newer or you're trying to figure out how to do your top eyeliner, I would suggest a liner brush with black eyeshadow. I did want to save myself the embarrassment of putting on lashes for you guys. However, I do use the Ardell Wispies. I use the Kiss black adhesive glue, and I got lash glue on my shirt, so nothing's new there. I do use this Ardell mascara, and I kind of rub my lashes into the falsies. I do kind of have trouble with this one lash over here, and it never just wants to stick to the corner of my eye. So I will go ahead and mess with it. Doesn't work. So little bit of lash glue, back of the hand, a brush you don't care about, and just go ahead and apply the little bit and stick it back on. I did buy this Ardell mascara that I'm using in the video here, kind of on a pinch at Sally's as I was picking something else up. It is called Fox Mink, and I don't think I'll go back to using any certain brand of mascara other than this one. It is seriously amazing, guys. Next, we're going to just go ahead and apply a little bit of primer. I do want to tell you guys that I did wash and moisturize my face earlier in the morning. And if you really need a good skincare product, you can go ahead on Instagram and check out Blended Botanicals. My favorite tip in the industry is to use red lipstick to conceal your under eyes if they are super dark. Never use your good beauty blender, just use your finger to blend that out. As you guys can see, the red is pretty blended out, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of a yellow concealer and layer that over top to again conceal the under eyes. This is Becca. I really like this one. I do like Makeup Forever's a little bit better, but this is the one I grabbed the last time I picked up yellow concealer. If you are a drugstore person, I will say the Maybelline yellow concealer and orange concealers are awesome as well. After you have that all applied, go ahead with your beauty blender and just blend that out. After I get the under eyes camouflaged, I am going to go in with IT Cosmetics Tan Foundation. This is a 50 SPF, which is my favorite thing about this product. It also covers really, really well. Typically, I will use a flat foundation brush just to kind of get the product everywhere I want it, and then I will go in with a different brush to blend it in, and then afterwards a beauty blender just to make sure everything's perfect. Here I'm just hitting my neck and the ears. Please make sure that you always do that, and definitely hit your ears if you're somebody that wears your hair up very often, because you will leave yourself a very, very, very noticeable makeup line otherwise. Whenever I go in with this second foundation brush, I will just use circular motions to go ahead and blend in my foundation. I will do this everywhere other than my under eyes. I only use Beauty Blender on the under eyes. I just feel as if it blends better that way. After I get everything pretty blended out with the brush, I'll go ahead and with the Beauty Blender just to finish out with my under eyes and go over my whole face just to make sure that I can catch any small imperfections I might have left behind. The concealer that I'm using in this video and that I always use is something I found on Instagram. It just kept coming up in ads and said that you could have a 14-day trial, so I did go ahead and try it and I love it. As long as you are applying your concealer in this general area, you are doing it the right way. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. After I'm done concealing my under eyes, I am going to go ahead and conceal my Cupid's bow. That is my favorite part to highlight. I just love the way it makes my lips look after the entire look's done. I will do the tip of my nose and a little bit on my forehead. After I'm done using my lighter concealer, I will pick up my darker concealer, which is Kylie's, and use that right above my jawline, just to highlight that as well. It also makes your contour pop a little bit. I also prefer to highlight more than I contour, just because I do have some great features and I love to make those pop. And you girls should definitely try it. I think that you would be pleasantly surprised in your results. I do always want to be the person that is very positive and helping people boost their self-esteem. Nobody enjoys having low self-esteem, so everybody has beautiful features and beautiful things about them, so definitely take advantage of those things as you can, and know that regardless of having textured skin, not knowing how to do your makeup this way, not knowing how to do your hair a certain way, doesn't make you any more or any less beautiful than anybody else. I am going to go in with a setting powder and just bake for a while after I got everything blended out. I do prefer to use only powder whenever I'm contouring. I unfortunately bought the Anastasia cream palette and I just hate the way it blends. I can't get into it. So I will contour with a fan brush. I feel as if fan brushes are very forgiving whenever blending out and when applying. I do think that that contour is a bit dark for me, but I just rolled with it at that point in the day. Also guys, the contour palette I'm using is just the powder contour palette from Sephora's brand. I was pleasantly surprised when I bought this, very shocked in how awesome it is as far as colors and as it blends out too. I do use a little bit of a smaller brush to contour my nose a bit. Not that my nose is overly large, but I do enjoy the look of it. Next you will take a powder brush to just go ahead and blend the contour out. Remember when I say blend to the gods, because we all know this one is a little dark for me, so extra blending today. So I have decided to continue doing makeup and hair looks on the YouTube page and not make it all makeup or all hair. I do enjoy having somebody else pick out my looks, so if there's a look that you guys love and want to see me do, go ahead and slide into my DMs or leave it in the comments so I can have a little bit of an inspiration picture to go off of. This next palette I'm using also came with the Too Faced Christmas palette kit that I got from Sephora, but it is a part of my 5-minute makeup look when I have those really rushed mornings. It is my favorite part of the entire kit that I got, and I do use it super often. I didn't plan on using this highlighter, but just really wanted to show you guys how great the blush and highlight is together, as the blush has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but yeah, the highlight is just always on point whenever I use this palette. After I blend everything out, I'm going to use this very small fan brush to do my cupid's bow, my lip, a little bit on my nose. For my eyebrows, I'm going to use a liner just to give a little bit of a hair streak effect in the front because I do have a scar there. I will also go in with a powder and a mascara just to complete the look. I do think that your best bet whenever you are trying to teach yourself how to do your own eyebrows with filling them in is to stay in the lines, do not try to overline your eyebrows, and also using a shadow because like I said with eyeliner, it's very forgiving, it's not as harsh, it's easier to blend out. Also making sure that you're using the spoolies to blend out any harsh marks or harsh lines. I'll use that deep pink to smoke out my waterline. Also, I really need to tell you guys that this chapstick that I'm using here is the best chapstick, SPF. It's from Dollar Tree. It is seriously amazing. I am going to use a nude lipstick just because it is the daytime, but if I was going out, I might use a darker plum. here is the final look. Thanks, Mom, for picking out this look for me. And I will tell you guys, editing is really, really hard. But I am super happy with the look and the outcome of it. Give this video a thumbs up and a share.
Thanks for the support, guys. I appreciate it.